At this time, I'd like to ask everyone to please remain seated throughout the show. Please keep all arms, hands, feet, and legs inside the vehicle at all times. Oh, and please don't forget to supervise your children. And for the safety of our cast, please refrain from the use of flash photography and external video lighting. Now that we've taken care of business, let's talk about me. My name is Anna Rose, and I'll be your guide for this magical journey into the movies. It's the perfect job for me because I love movies. Is everybody ready? Great, because the cameras are ready to roll. Ready when you are, CB. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Great Movie Ride. Once again, my name is Anna Rose, and on behalf of Disney's Hollywood Studios and Turner Classic Movies, please welcome our host for this one-of-a-kind tour, Robert Osborne.
Thank you. Hooray for Hollywood indeed. What better way to start our journey? From the Old West to the rooftops of London and along the yellow brick road, there really is no place like the movies. One of Hollywood's significant contributions to the world of film were great musicals. This scene is from one of my favorites, the 1933 Busby Berkeley spectacular Footlight Parade. Here's one of the most famous of all dance sequences. It's from the 1952 musical classic, Singing in the Rain.
Here's Gene Kelly singing in the rain. Literally.
Here's one of the quintessential Disney musicals, Mary Poppins, starring Julie Andrews and Dick Van Dyke. This classic earned 13 Academy Award nominations.
Chim Chim Cheree, I love this song. Sing along. Those wallets and purses, folks. This doesn't look like a very good neighborhood.
Here's the birthplace of the gangster film, the seedy underbelly of Chicago from The Public Enemy, starring James Cagney. Released in 1931 before strict censorship rules were enforced, The Public Enemy is a gritty, realistic, and violent look at the world of gangsters of the Depression era.
Dirty, double flushing. Open up in here, you hear me?
I love this movie. The one famous scene, James Cagney shoves a grapefruit into May Clark's face. She can never think of breakfast the same way again.
Somebody's coming. Somebody's coming. Get down.
Is it them?
Yeah, just a bunch of rubbernecking tourists.
Shut up, you two. You want to blow our cover?
Sorry about the delay, folks, but I don't want to run a red light, even in the movies.
Hey, you, come here.
I'm not allowed to leave my vehicle.
I said get over here.
I think it's time for a visit to a concession stand. Bye.
Mr. Osborne, wait. Okay, Muggsy, whatever you say.
Hey, how'd you know my name anyways?
Oh, I've seen this movie before.
Well, that means not saying your face and cards might take it out of you. So be it.
You're making a big mistake here, Muggsy.
I said, scream out of here. You're gonna get hurt.
You can't just leave in the middle of the movie.
Oh, go on, bitch, you savage.
Here they come, boss! Get out, you grinders!
Against the law. I would never break the law. I'm on a red light.
Let's get out of here! Step on it now!
Just what I was getting from!
Take the flag off!
Yeah, sorry, boys, but
films depict the legendary American wild frontier, where cowboys and their loyal steeds maintained order in towns against the untamable wilderness. John Wayne and Clint Eastwood are two of the iconic stars who epitomize this ideal of the stoic gunslinger.
Unless I was partial to trouble or fixing to get myself shot, I'd hightail it out of here. Go right ahead.
The two gangplank have made some of the greatest westerns of all time. Someone's robbed the bank. Not on my watch, Pilgrims. Sit tight, folks. I'll be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain seated. Your guide will return momentarily. Remain seated, please.
Ah, well, looky here. Just in time for the perfect getaway.
Hold it right there, hombre.
Good job,
Oh,
Snake.
come on. You want you to gallop back?
Yeah? That's what you think, stranger. Time for the last round.
Reach for the sky.
Here.
You're under arrest.
Get in there!
Nothing doing, woman.
Time for a visit to a concession stand. Bye.
Nothing doing. Nobody's sticking my neck in a noose.
That's where we're going!
Lady fences.
You're in my gang now, so just hold your horses. Speaking of which, where are the horses? Time to saddle up and ride! Yeah! Giddy up! Adios, Tin Horn. I'm riding off into the sunset. Thank you. Whoa. Sun sure went down quick, didn't it? I don't know one try anything funny, you just stay put. What in tarnation is this?
Science fiction has been a staple of classic movies, from George Méliès's
Still ain't
Trip to
quite
the
sure how we're
Moon
moving.
to George Lucas's Star
must be
Wars.
underneath, that's why we
In
couldn't find it.
1979, director Ridley Scott and Sigourney Weaver made audiences believe that in space, no one can hear you scream. This is Alien.
Scream, I don't like the sound of that.
Warning. Remain in your vehicle. The area you are entering is extremely dangerous. Proceed with caution.
Alright, whoever keeps shooting me, knock that off. Said so.
The emergency destruct system is now activated. It will detonate in 2 minutes, 10
What the Sam hell is that? Reminds me of a dog I had once. His name was disfigured on account of he was real ugly. Was forced to take him on a bank rob one time. He got the sheriff, but he did not get the deputy. I had to shoot the deputy myself. It's rearing up again! Boy, I wish my old partner Snake was here. He know what to do. Dad burn it, I said snake, not snakes.
Steven Spielberg and George Lucas cemented their status as the blockbuster boys with their
Quick, stick
first
your arm out. If
partnership.
you're matching, you're
Here
down.
from that legendary collaboration is Harrison Ford.
Snakes. Why'd it have to be snakes?
Some of the biggest horror stars of Hollywood have appeared in the ancient story of a cursed Egyptian temple. A priceless jewel that beckons to all, but be warned, the temptation always leads to destruction.
Looks like we hit the mother lode. I reckon it's time to stake my claim. Ain't nothing more than another ghost town. Takes a lot more than this to split me. Don't none of you hombres move while I'm fetching that treasure. Listen, you want a belly full of lead.
I've seen enough movies to know that you really shouldn't even think about trying to steal a jewel.
unbeliever. Disturb the treasure of the gods, and you shall all pay with your lives.
Not bad for my first movie, huh?
The twist ending. It just goes to show you anything can happen in the movies. Now, let's get on with the show.
I see dead people. Things that go bump in the night have always been a staple of movies. One of the first horror films was a silent short featuring a dancing skeleton, created by the Lumiere brothers in 1897. Wow, it's really a jungle out there. Where are we?
This is the jungle home of one of the most famous movie characters of them all, Tarzan. The movie's most popular Tarzan is undoubtedly Johnny Weissmuller, who's one of the 12 films as the king of the jungle.
Over here we have Morvino Sullivan as Gene, Tarzan's sidekick Cheetah, who was portrayed by over a dozen chimpanzee actors over the years. How about a nice round of applause for Jig, Skippy, Harry, Zippy, Dinky, and all the rest? An Oscar-worthy performance. You know, the jungle has always been the perfect setting for great adventure movies. Think about the opening of Raiders of the Lost Ark when archaeologist Indiana Jones braves the Vic to steal the golden idol. Or the spooky jungle where Arnold Schwarzenegger battles the Predator. Tarzan paved the way with his iconic ape calls so Arnold could eventually yell, "Get to the chopper."
I've got a job to do too. Where I'm going, you can't follow. What I've got to do, you can't be any part of. Look, I know that being noble, it doesn't take much to see that the problems of three little people don't amount to a hill of beans in this crazy world. Someday you'll understand that.
And now, one of the most famous movie stars in one of his greatest roles, Mickey Mouse, the sorcerer's apprentice in Fantasia.
On behalf of Disney's Hollywood Studios and Turner Classic Movies, we'd like to thank you for joining us on the Great Movie Ride. Now please remain seated until the vehicle has come to a complete stop. Please gather all of your personal belongings and take small children by the hand. And when these doors open, rise dramatically to your feet and make a grand exit directly to the rear of the vehicle. Oh, and one more thing. When I yell action, don't forget the thunderous applause for yours truly. Okay, places everybody, and action. Thank you. Have a wonderful day here at Disney's Hollywood Studios. And on behalf of all of us, we'll see you at the movie.